right, boys and girls, welcome to the 19th round of the 17th Circuit Court Judge of the Assen pre-commentary. I'm very attractive, and with me as always is the master of the exploding weed whacker on a pole blindfolded dungeon match, Mongo Magus.
Ooh, no, I could never stomach the weed whacker matches in CZW.
But they explode. See, this is the one where the weed whackers explode.
That was a step too far. I liked Cage of Death. They didn't really ever get the weed whacker out there for Cage of Death.
Cage of complete sanity.
But no, when they did the Survival of the Deadliest, there you go. That's the one I'm looking for. That tournament almost always had a weed whacker spot. I never watched the whole thing.
Well, as long as they don't use like the brush cutter attachment, you're probably fine.
But,
it just hurts like a bitch.
They do weed whackers. They do all kinds of broken glass and stuff. I'm not a fan. Not a fan.
Like wrestling on broken glass. Like wrestling on wrestling. Sorry, what?
Anyways, we're here at Assen in the Netherlands. Assen TT Circuit. Round 5 of the championship. Tobias Thierolf is currently on the pole position at Laissez Passer, Magic Kashuk, Andrew D, and the returning Guido De Palma. Welcome back, Guido De Palma.
Hey, forget about
it. Martin Edmonds, Leandro Carroll, Jeb Sparks, Bertrand Barrier, and Kobayashi. I forget your first name. I apologize. I will figure it out later. There we are. Fumihiro.
Indeed. Who's your hero? Fumihiro.
They are your top 10. We also have Raul Valoria, Steve Davidson, Serge Hendricks is back, James Butler, Vic Vega, Zuvimir Burke's back, Timo Konetsky, Scott Nick, Kevin Schmidtke, and Ricardo Costa, your top 20.
Schmidtke travel.
There may be more. We'll find out. But at the moment, it looks like there's 20. There may be some people who didn't put up lap time stuff. Why are we using the ADAC? Look here.
I don't know.
I'm asking Martin specifically because he would have picked it.
Because he likes DACs, especially one particular DAC.
I see.
I don't know.
Well, it's just that these are not ADAC cars, so it's a bit weird that we're using that as the
DAC.
As the overlay.
Because more DACA, Mike. More DACA.
Fair enough. I do like the ADAC series. They for the longest time they had one of my favorite teams, Yakko Racing. Which also had some really, really cool liveries. Always. I liked it. They ran Audi R8s with cool liveries. It was awesome. I don't know if they're still around. They were never very good, but they had cool liveries, and that's all that matters. By the way, Serge Hendricks sporting the sword livery, which I know you're a big fan of.
I do enjoy the swords. They are majestic and sweeping.
It is good. We also got Guido De Palma. There we go. Sporting the, I'm not really sure what to call that livery. Just the orange, blue, and gray. So, there you go.
That would be almost a Gulf oil.
You're not wrong. And, of course, Tobias Thierolf with the very white car, but it is the 8-bit livery, so I can't complain. I do find the 8-bit livery quite common.
I'd like it a bit better if it wasn't just plain black and white. Or just basically plain white with a little black on it. To do something, it's 8-bit. Do some 8-bit stuff.
Yeah. Maybe a little Mario or something.
Something. Get Pretendo to not sue you, and oh my goodness, oh Lord,
that is not where you're going.
That's a hell of a line through. That'll save a lot of time.
Hell of a shortcut. That's the shorter shortcut that'll get you like a good 3 minutes on slowdown.
Hell yeah.
So Byron, how's your day been?
The worst. My cat broke out of the house yesterday.
The goose.
Popped the screen loose from the window and escaped. The goose flew the coop. And then climbed a tree, and up in them trees was like at least 2 pairs of crows that are nesting. So he refused to come down, and then got dive bombed on by crows for an hour until my dad was able to arrive with an extension ladder. And so today he popped the front window screen out instead of the back window screen, and proceeded to not go too far. I was able to lure him back in the house with some food and some ingenuity, And then I try to go underneath the porch to put the screen back on with a staple gun, and now my knees hurt like you wouldn't believe.
They do make like anti-cat screens, which you may want to consider.
Just electrified this one, I think.
No. We had to get one for my mom's old cat Jackson. Although actually was the newest cat. So the newest cat that my mom had, but it is dead now, had escaped numerous times, and we actually paid the landlord to install an anti-cat screen.
It was just the metal screen?
It was a metal screen, yeah. But it was also like, apparently it was like fastened to it in such a way that like handled the stress of the cat attacking it really well.
Oh, yeah.
Anyways, he never got through it. I can say that much.
Well, the thing is, he likes to, the screen's far enough away from the window that when I open the window, he can just kind of lay, and he's technically outside. Mm-hmm. So it's very cool. He really likes it, but he's getting bigger. And stronger. I think just the girth and laying around, it sort of pops the screen over the staples or through the staples. So we put in a shitload of staples. I'm gonna tell you what.
I'm just saying you might want to look into that, because like, I mean, even with Kyle's laziness, the cat never escaped after that. So
very nice. We're thinking about just nailing down some strapping over the edges of the screen, because he doesn't really claw at the screen.
For the record, I'm not really loving that the camera appears to be stationary at this turn. And okay, all right, we're on board. I was worried with Mr. Charade. So we got 21 cars. We got Ken Scott out there. He was not among the qualifiers. We're on board with Ricardo Costa starting from 20th place. And here we go. Down towards the first corner with Tobias Thierolf and Laissez Passer leading the way. Magic Cash Chuck looking to get up in there, as well as a couple other people. They like their chances. And Cash Chuck will retain the lead. Martin Edmonds going around the outside of Andrew D for top Canadian honors.
Chop guys.
Mm-hmm. And Magic Kazchuk looking really solid today, up in third place. That's good for him. Magic seems to be like really, really mercurial with the. It seems like he's either like towards the sharp end or just kind of nowhere. So that was very off track there. I think that's apparently that looks like it was Kobayashi. And on board with Andrew D. Your boy D Nice.
Indeed. He aims to deliver. Well, that's a little off track there, guys.
D, a couple of cars exploring track limits. Bertrand Barrier battling with Raul Valoria there.
I say Bertrand.
And further back, that is Martin Edmonds looking to get up into third place over Magic Kazchuk. Longtime teammates, these two, in the Canadian Pole Racing team. Trying to find his way around. I don't think they're actually teammates for this particular series. I believe I've noted before that they're not actually. They have historically teamed up a lot, sharing setups and so on. And Andrew D there in the background, or Andrew D behind them in the red and the white car, and then it is a little further back. It's Guido De Palma battling with Leandro Carroll. De Palma got a bad start because he qualified P5 and is down to P7.
That's a lot of P.
It's 2 Ps.
Took 2 Ps in the morning.
Oh no! Off track goes Bertrand Barrier and Kobayashi. A couple other cars getting caught up in that. Steve Davidson's off. Zuvomir Barek's off. Carnage.
I like it.
I like it a lot.
I'm not going to tell them that.
Need to find a way to make a Martian quote out of that.
Oh boy, somebody just decided to park it on the side there instead of going around the corner with speed. What the hell was that?
Indeed. I think that was one of the cars that went off earlier, so they may have some damage. Ken Scott, by the way, is down a lap already, so I think something has happened there. He might be out of the race. Martin Edmonds looking to make a move on Magic Kazchuk there for third place. Kazchuk in the dark green. Edmonds in the sort of light green and yellow car. Pick up Raul Valoria as he trails Jeb Sparks. James Butler up into the top 10. as a result of that carnage. It was kind of like right in front of him. He navigated through and finds himself in 10th place. And of Serge Hendricks and Konieczny, Scott Nick, Vic Vega, Kevin Schmidtke, Ricardo Costa, Bertrand Barrier, Kobayashi, Berg, and Davidson running off the field. And possibly Ken Scott. We'll see. Keep an eye on Scott and see if he keeps losing laps every time around. If that's the case, then presumably he's just out of the race. So something may have happened, because I remember he popped up into first place at the start, which indicated that he may have gotten sent to the pit lane and did not actually start the race. So, couple of options. Wife aggro. Oh my lord!
Oh boy! Oh boy!
That is Laissez-Passer, who was in second place. And Mr. Passet, whoa, a couple of cars off in the background there.
Hello, Shirley.
What happened there?
Bad things.
He was kind of on his own. Oh, Andrew D gets knocked into a spin by Leandro Carroll. I don't think it was particularly Carroll's fault, just side-by-side contact.
Andrew has been demoted.
Andrew D is dropping out of the top 10. So Kaschuk and Edmonds up onto the podium now. Carroll and De Palma into the top 5. Sparks, Valoria, Butler, Hendricks, and Konieczny. On board with Martin Edmonds. Destroyer of tires, lover of poutine. I feel the need to come up with like a Game of Thrones nickname for everybody.
Squid Boy.
That's not Game of Thrones.
Is it not? All right.
Also, that would just be Squid. Craig. Although he doesn't race. Oh god, now I have the idea of getting Craig to race, and it horrifies me, but it should titillate you probably.
Was there anybody nicknamed the Dragon Peeler?
There was not.
There should have been.
The Dragon's Mane.
Gross.
There was. I'm trying to remember what other dragons there were. They're actually Mother of Dragons, of course.
I mean,
the standard Game of Thrones styled nickname is the something of something, is like really like the Hand of the King, so like that kind of thing. So that would be the format.
The pinky finger of the Viceroy.
The Master of Coin, the Master of Laws.
The Master of Corn?
Coin, not corn.
Oh.
Although corn would also.
That's your boy, the Master of Corn.
Indeed. Either way, we can go with that. We can either go with the corn, the food, or the corn, the god. Either way, I'm happy.
Or the band.
Magic Kaschuk might be losing 2 spots here. Martin Evans has already got him. And, oh, Lord! Leander Carroll going around the outside of both of them.
He has 2 trailer park girlitis.
Still, Kaschuk drops from 2nd to 4th and is under pressure from Guido De Palma. And De Palma is not being patient about it. He is all over that bumper. Laissez-Passer is still out there running in 16th place, so despite doing a barrel roll, to quote our good friends over at Star Fox, still running. Andrew D picking up a spot over Scott Nick. That's for 11th place.
That must be demoralizing.
I mean, I don't know. Nick knew he was like a little bit higher than he was supposed to be. D is our biggest drop. Well, no, Passer is. 14 spots. Who's the big climber today? James Butler, Konieczny, Nick, and Schmidtke all have gotten 6 spots up. So it's a big tie for the hard charger.
Hold me closer, lazy passer.
The Jasper Verstappen Award.
I always stay Verstappen.
Jasper Verstappen, back in the early 2000s, raced for a team called Arrows. And Arrows is kind of unique because they had a really small gas tank on their car. And this meant that their cars were very light at the start compared to everybody else's, but he often had to do an extra pit stop.
Yeah.
And he was really, really good at starts. So, like, he would... Like, the most famous one would be at the Malaysian Grand Prix of 2001. Verstappen qualified, like, 18th, I want to say. And by the end of the first lap was up in 6th place. As Kobayashi goes way off.
Oh, boy!
Bertrand! What's going on, buddy?
Be sure to tip your servers.
Bertrand Barrier is upside down. Or that might be Vic Vega is upside down. I'm not sure which. Suvamir Berg moving up a spot there. Oh my lord. This is a carnage-filled race. But anyways, back to my story. Because that is, I think that's Vic Vega moving very, very slowly. It's his car. But anyways. And Barrier is elected to retire. So at the 2001 Malaysian Grand Prix, Verstappen qualified like 18th place out of 22. So like, near the back of the pack. His arrows was like quite slow. And by the end of the first lap was up into 6th place. And Murray Walker, longtime Formula One announcer, is watching this race going, first place, Schumacher, second place, Barrichello, third place, Trulli, fourth place, Coulthard, then Frentzen in the second, Jordan, and in arrows, how on earth did that get there? and his partner, Martin Brundle, is like, well, we saw Bernaldi pull off in smoke, so it must be Verstappen. He's like, it's definitely Verstappen, and I have no idea how he got there. One of the finer races Yas ever had. Didn't score a point. Ended up in 7th place at the end of the race, but he led for a bit. He was up there. He was doing some great things in the rain. But yeah, I think he ended up making like an extra pit stop, and that threw him down the order because again, his car was like unusually designed in the sense that it literally didn't have. It had like the smallest gas tank in the field. I don't really know what the logic was behind that.
Had the gas tank the size of a bean.
Like, it made it smaller, sure, but, like, there's no way that it could make up, like, the extra pit stop, you know what I'm saying?
Well, it's just got to go through the pit stop fast enough that they can't catch you.
Not as embarrassing as the Virgin Racing team from 2010, I want to say.
Please tell me there's also a Chad Racing team.
No, this was like the Richard Branson Virgin Mobile company.
Oh.
They bought a controlling stake into one of the F1 teams at one point, and it was called Virgin Racing. And they designed a car that literally could not go the race distance. It didn't have a big enough fuel tank.
Nice.
So if they were relying on getting lapped several times to actually make it to the end of the race.
They should get, he's all technologified. Put some solar panels on that bitch.
He bought into a team that already, like, it wasn't like Virgin's fault. Like the team, he bought into a team that had already designed a car that was like that. So
that's dumb.
This was on the Manor ownership group, which had preceded him.
That is bad to judge, man.
Specifically, Nick Worth, who is like this. By the way, Leandro Carroll going for an overtake here. Nick Worth, who is like the 2000s answer to Gordon Murray in F1. And basically what I mean is Gordon Murray was a guy who like seemed to be obsessed with taking risks when he designed cars. As Carroll gets the door closed on him and might use a spot to cash Chuck. Martin Edmonds getting a little aggressive there, and it helps out the Polish expat from the UK a little bit there.
Polish? I don't believe it.
Well, with that last name, come on.
No, that's perfect. That's just regular. That's the London Cockney
slang. The last name, cash Chuck.
That's regular London.
Spin for Zuvamir Berg. A lot of people having problems with that last turn, which is interesting.
You boy the strawberry shortcake. He ain't going nowhere.
Not sure what's going on with that. So anyways, Nick Worth was the designer of the Virgin team, and he was this guy who was like obsessed with like advancing the ideas. Like he was the guy who would look at a problem and be like, I can't solve this the normal way. I have to do something stupid. and he often would. And he ended up designing a car that couldn't actually finish race distance.
We'll put on the skinniest tires known to man, thus increasing aerodynamicisms. And all the
he was the first guy who wanted to design a car entirely with the computer, no wind tunnel data.
Okay.
All fluid dynamic stuff, and didn't go well. Didn't go well. Some of the most legendary designers in racing history are actually not very good at their job. They were just willing to do stupid things, and when they worked, they looked like a genius. But sometimes it didn't work.
It was like the The anime meme. I am a genius. Oh no.
Oh no, it's blowing up.
I don't know what anime it's from, but I'm assuming it involves like Robotech or something.
Probably. I feel like it's probably more than one anime that fits on. 3 wide here between Carroll, Kazchuk, and De Palma. Carroll, I think, is going to come out of that the victor. Yep. He's at the inside and into third place for the Argentine driver. So it is now Kazchuk in an Argentinian sandwich. It's the Falkland Islands all over again.
Oh my god.
Further back. Oh, Serge Hendricks! Contact with Raul Valoria, and he's off the track.
Bump, bump.
I feel like I might see that when I do the stewarding with Jack for this race. Just saying.
Oh. These are possible things. You're going to stitch him out anyway.
Oh, Hendricks is off. Oh, no, that's Kazchuk!
Oh, boy.
Magic Kazchuk in his Argentinian sandwich. It has not gone well. He is off the track and moving very, very slowly. That car might be pooched. We've lost Barrier and Hendricks already. Yep, Kazchuk's out. So Ken Scott, despite the fact that he is ironic, I don't think actually, I think he may not have left the pit lane at the start. And is 6 laps down, may actually be up in 18th place. As a result. They're falling like flies out here, Byron.
That is correct. They're falling like flies made out of lead, set on fire, and waved near a black hole.
So Thierolf way out in front. He's already disappeared. He's 11 seconds up the road. Martin Edmonds in second. Carroll third. De Palma, and then Sparks is top. How does Sparks got in the top 5? Jesus. Konietzki, by the way, is up 10 spots from his grid position in 16th to 6th. That's amazing. Raul Valoria, Andrew D, Scott Nick, and Laissez Passer the top 10. Laissez Passer is in the top 10 despite the fact that we saw him do a barrel roll earlier and he overtakes Scott Nick for 9th place. Schmidtke, Kobayashi, Costa, Berg, Vega, Davidson, and Butler still running. We've now lost Ken Scott and are down to 17 cars.
No, Ken Scott was a favorite to win.
He was really not.
What?
Salute to Ken Scott, though, for I think he's changing cars in the other series that we do commentary for the mid-engine battle, and he's trying. I appreciate
take the Zonda.
No, well, it's just Ferrari and Audi. It's changing over to the Audi, which is supposedly. I have not raced in a while, so I can't. I've never raced the Ferrari in this game, so I can't comment. But apparently, the Audi is much more controllable. That does kind of line up with what we've seen in that series, but the Ferrari's losing the back end a fair bit. So hopefully it helps them out.
They will combine forces and become Ferrari.
I mean, Audi does seem to have a knack for acquiring just about everything. We did this, I think, when we were alive. We were naming all the brands they've acquired.
Man Truck.
Yeah, Man Truck was one of them, yeah. I don't know why Audi never invests into developing a rallycross car. That's the one thing that they seemingly don't really do.
Because they know they can't compete with Subaru.
Subaru doesn't really do well in rallycross, actually.
That seems like a lie.
They do very well in rally, but not in rallycross.
Oh, I didn't know there was a difference.
So rally is just like time trial, basically. You're out there on your own sort of deal. Rallycross is like the heat racing. So same idea. I don't know why Subaru doesn't do particularly well in rallycross, but they don't. The dominant force in rallycross is Volkswagen.
Volkswagen? I don't believe it. They're too small.
Like Audi's been there a couple times with Matthias Ekstrom, even won a championship. So like, you know, when I say they haven't done very well, they've won a title. But they've never seemed to like have a works team, whereas Volkswagen is like, yes, take our money.
Fair enough.
And Peugeot is very big in rallycross.
Peugeot. The only thing I know about Peugeot is that they're definitely Spanish.
Hyundai for a hot second was trying to get really big into it. And they were doing really well, and then I think they just they kind of gave up. Probably had some kind of like financial setback that I'm unaware of.
I believe it was the great economic crash of pick a year. Pick a year since I was born. The great economic crash of that year.
I think your favorite rallycross driver would be a guy. I don't remember his first name now.
Kimi Räikkönen.
His last name is Koenig.
Timo.
But he goes by the name Choo Choo. Raced for Kia a bit. He was known for being like the kind of guy who's like, I'm coming. I'm going through that gap. You get ready. Of course, Ken Block used to run a rallycross team.
I'm not shocked. I believe everybody who's ever won a rally race has always been Finnish.
Or Swedish. The Swedes are big.
To Sweden, yeah.
Rallycross is kind of dominated by Scandinavians. I think literally every champion. Like you've got Peter Solberg from Norway, Matthias Ekström from Sweden, Johan Kristoffersson from Sweden, Timmy Hansen from Sweden, his brother Kevin Hansen.
What about Rick Hansen? He seemed like he'd like. Oh wait, no, probably couldn't hit both pedals at the same time.
And then on the Finnish side, you've got Topi Heikkinen and Nicholas Gronholm. Yes, Konietzki.
Oh, I don't know about
I would say you're going to get that spot back, Mr. Floria.
Raul.
Yeah, it's going to be a big slowdown penalty, I'd imagine.
Fucking cha-cha real smooth on that one.
We'll see if Konietzki gets that spot back, because that was definitely taken off track.
No, it's fine.
And he goes down the inside. Yeah, I think the slowdown penalty still hasn't worn off. And Konietzki gets that spot back. He's having a really good day. Again, started 16th, up in 6th. That's a big climb.
Hold me closer, lazy passer.
I mean, he's had help with Kazjuk, Hendricks, and Barrier retiring. A number of other drivers getting caught up in mayhem.
Correct. What about your boy and mine? Schmidtke Travel.
Andrew D going for the overtake on Raul Valoria. He moves up to 7th. And yet Kevin Schmidtke's in 11th spot. Picking up Guido de Palma on the tail of fellow Argentine Leandro Carroll. Battle of King Argentinianness. And 3rd place.
So I was watching a YouTube video yesterday, and I don't remember the exact circumstances.
Kobayashi going for the overtake on Schmidtke here into turn 1.
Oh!
He breaks quite late and gets the job done. Very nice.
Very nice. Anyway,
no doubter. Look at the gap he's already pulled.
These two dudes were playing a video game, and there were seabirds around. And I'm sure that the man said telekinesis, but my brain misinterpreted, or may not have, and heard distinctly somebody say pelicanesis, which is like I guess the mental ability to control birds.
Well, pelicans.
Specifically pelicans, yeah. Pelicanesis. That's very specific, sir. Is that? Well, I have to be on the seaboard for it to be.
That's one of those. It's one of those really specific mutant powers.
Yeah. What do? I have invisible hands.
I mean, that's
cool.
Might be useful in some way.
There is actually, if you any fans of Venture Brothers out there, will immediately be screaming at me.
Yes.
It's the Phantom Limb.
Phantom Limb.
You will know.
He had easily one of the best scenes in Venture Bros. Actually,
you just zap that
when
dude.
When he's working with Brock Sampson, he's like, "Hang on, I've got this." Just falls out in front of the guard, going, "Oh God, my arms!" My arms are caught. And Brock just goes, "Put him out of his misery! Oh, just give me the gun, I'll do it." As Raul Valoria picks up a spot over, re-picks up a spot over Andrew D. Actually, okay, 7th place. Just give me the gun, I'll do it. him easily one of the best characters.
I like Sergeant Hatred.
Big fan, big fan.
You gotta get these kids out of here. I can't be within 100 yards of them.
I don't want to know what the story on that.
Sergeant Hatred. And of course, Dr. Mrs. the Monarch.
Leandro Carroll went off the track there, but it looks like Guido de Palma unable to make a move there. Supermir Berg picking up a spot over Ricardo Costa into 13th place. Slowly climbing his way back through the field. Actually, he's up 4 spots. Not really climbing back through the field, but he was one of the ones that got caught up in some of the carnage earlier on.
I hereby bestow upon that livery the name of Gulf Coal.
Gulf Coal. I'm fine with it.
It's got a little dusty gray on there.
Well, I see where you're going. I see where you're going.
Gulf Coal, second best livery. All right, so at what point are you infringing on track limits? Do you have to go out on the green?
It depends on the track a little bit, but usually it's if you get 4 wheels off the tarmac. Which is
okay.
Right. Normally you're allowed 2 wheels off at any given point.
Take it to the limit one more time.
Let's see if we get an example here of what I'm talking about here. Not really. no one really giving me anything to work with here in a visual cue.
Correct.
But it does depend. Normally in real life, you would get told by the clerk of the course before the race starts. They'll emphasize certain track limits that need to be obeyed, and sometimes the 2 wheels off is not allowed. But as a general rule, 2 wheels off is fine. Like that's fine. That's fine. That's not so fine, but I think the game probably is like, you screwed up, you're fine. But
not to put too fine a point on it.
Andrew D. hunting Raul Valoria for 7th place. And Konietzny is pretty happy with this because it's letting him get a little bit of a gap there.
Delightful.
Laissez-Passer is also catching up to these two, so that's probably part of why Andrew D wants to get through here. He, of course, qualified P4, so he would like something notably better than the 8th place he currently has right now. And probably doesn't want to have to deal with Passer if he gets up with it.
Maggle, would you like to know one of the most useless D&D weapons of all time is?
Sure.
Grass knuckles.
Be on the inside here by Passer. There he is. Overtakes Andrew D for 8th place. I didn't expect it to come that quickly, to be honest, but here we are.
Your boy driving the strawberry shortcake livery. Which reminds me, I bought a horse in Red Dead Redemption 2 that is Strawberry Roan and has a big ass, so I named it Strawberry Shortcake.
Big old booty.
Big old booty. That sucker can go uphill with no problem. Got the torque.
Zero, by the way, now leads by 16.5 seconds.
It's not too bad.
Not too bad at all. And
That'll
it's over these
get
two
the
men, Martin Edmonds and Leandro Carroll. And in the rear view mirror there, Guido de Palma. Tobias Theerwolf trying to become Mike Stockbill, the second coming.
Dun dun dun. He will attempt to blitzkrieg the competition, yeah?
We haven't seen him do the patented Mike Stockbill move, which is like
start last and go first. And then
the patented move is, hey Mike, is there room on the grid for me? Yeah, sure, why not? What car you want? Give me the Rex. You mean the thing that no one can drive and only wants to drive in a straight line? Yes. I'm like, okay. You'll still probably win. He never actually won in the Rex. It should be mentioned. It actually did stop him from winning, but he still did way better than that car has any business doing.
can't remember. I know I was not doing commentary with you on a particular. I think it was me and Travis and I almost bad grammarized myself. I think Travis and I were doing commentary together. I think you were busy or something, and it was like the turnaround on a race. And it started from the pits or something, and just went like a knife through the whole competition. It went from last to first and never looked back. It was amazing.
I mean, in fairness, it's a little bit easier when no one really is fighting you. Because a lot of the midfield guys are like, oh, Stop Mill's behind me. Yeah, this isn't going to last long. There you go. Right this way, sir.
Establish a reputation, enact on that.
Kobayashi going head-to-head with Schmidtke again. So it looks like Kobayashi made a mistake because he was quite a ways ahead of Schmidtke earlier. So that battle is rejoined. And the battle for second place is still on. The three-way fight here between Martin Emmons and the Argentinians.
Trevor Schmidtke.
Whoa!
It's a lot of squealing.
Indeed.
It's a squealing from the feeling.
It opens the door for Guido de Palma, who's right up on Leandro's tail. Discovered a really nice Greek place today near physiotherapy. That was tasty.
Do they serve human meat?
Yeah, I had I had their gyro dinner, which was
nice.
Gyro, little Greek salad, rice, and potatoes.
There goes my gyro. It's done tasty.
It's quite good.
I appreciate that. Occasionally, when I go to the food court in the mall, I will have the Opa.
We have Jimmy the Greek in the food court here.
Jimmy the Greek. He's that guy with the fake teeth on the UFC broadcast.
Jimmy the Greek is fine, but it's not great. It's not like proper, but it'll do it a pinch.
What if it was Jimmy the Spaniard?
I usually get that or Bourbon Street Grill or Shanghai 360. Go-tos in the food court.
You kids and your Shanghais. Ooh. What? Yeah.
And if I really feel like testing fate, Taco Bell.
I don't care what anybody says. I like Taco Bell.
I do like it, but there are sometimes side effects.
That just means your bloodline is weak.
Not when it comes to tolerance for food.
Y'all motherfuckers need Kalis. I think Lieutenant Worf once said, your incapacity to ingest Taco Bell means no Stovacor for you.
Only those who can tolerate Taco Bell can go to Stovacor.
Indeed. We got this local specialty, I think, because I think it was like a...
Lise Passe looking for a move around Raul Valoria here for 7th place. Trying to go around the outside at the final corner.
Got him.
And yeah, it looks like he's got him. And further up, Leandro Carroll gets past Martin Emmons, at least for now. Might have picked up a slowdown penalty going wide like that, though. Oh!
Yeah, baby, get him! Yeah!
Martin and Carroll take each other out, and the man who's going to profit off of that is Guido de Palma.
Get him, Guido.
Place. Carroll recovers to take third still, and Edmonds is going to fall back. Oh, never mind. That's Carroll spun off again.
No, he's just correcting trajectory.
Dude, now he's behind Edmonds again. So all of that, they took each other out, and it's promoted De Palma and Sparks to the podium.
Call it Park Bubba Sparks. So anybody out there that does Taco Bell, let me know if the beefy cheesy melt is a thing you can order, because I suspect it's only... Okay, all right. Because it's not on the menu. It's this poster that they've got stuck to the wall. Like it was a promo thing that people really like. Like you get regional Subway or like specific Subway sandwiches and stuff.
I believe it's the number 13 on the Taco Bell.
Fair enough. Maybe they just were too cheap to adjourn the menu. But it's like the most straightforward thing. I love to get like 4 or 5 of them.
In fairness, I've never tried to order it, so it is possible I could go in there, order it, and they'll tell me that they don't have it.
That's possible. It's just like it's meat, rice, cheese, some sour cream, I think, and then I grab like between 4 and half a dozen, take them home, and just pour my own favorite hot sauce on them and eat them, and then save whatever's left for later.
This track looks like it is really challenging. I've not raced this track in RaceRoom. I've raced it in other years. It looks like it is very challenging in these cars because a lot of the guys, we get the onboard shots. There's a lot of sliding around going in on a number of these corners.
Can we do this again in Zondas? I want to see like Zondas are acceptable. The Koenigsegg.
The old GTX category in this game.
Could be.
The Koenigsegg, the Gumper Tapalo.
Gumpert. Forgot about Zonda. The Gumpert.
There was something else in there too that I'm blanking on now.
The Chevy Impala.
No, it wasn't the Impala. But we'll look it up after the race. There was some other stuff in there, but I think they're in GT1 now with the Nissan and the Ford and Mustang and the Celine S70, which is a really cool looking car, but also it sounds really cheap when you're inside of it. Oh, Valoria very wide there. Stacy. Scott Nick, by the way, up still in the top 10. 10th place. Pretty comfortable. 19 seconds ahead of Fumihiro Kobayashi, but he's 8 seconds behind Raul Valoria. That'd be him in the background. So he's having a bit of a lonely day. Let's see. Has Mr. Scott Nick had a top 10 this season? He's had one. He had a top 10 at Bilsterberg. So on pace to equal his best finish of the season, but it's a bit of a low. By the way, Tobias Thierolf on pace for his 4th win of the season. But the 2 men that would join him on the podium, as it stands right now, De Palma and Sparks. Oh, Jeb Sparks just went off while I was looking at what happened there. Did we see?
I did not see.
Okay, so Martin back up on the podium. It would be De Palma's first podium of the season, and for Martin Edmonds, it would be his 2nd. He took a 3rd place at Bilsterberg. Looks like Leandro Carroll also ended off, so I'm suspecting maybe some contact between Carroll and Sparks.
I would like to.
They've lost out to Konietzny. And now laissez-passer all over the back end of Leandro Carroll.
I'd like to award Steve Dave the Safe Driver of the Match Award.
I don't know about that. He was involved in that big pileup like early in the race.
He didn't cause anything. Steve Davis
didn't cause it. I don't think he did. He got caught up in it for sure. But
Steve Davis innocent of these crimes.
But if we're gonna go with the safe driver, I think Tobias Thierolf might be the only guy who's not been in an incident.
You're probably not wrong. Him and I don't know. Martin Edmonds is a little aggressive.
Martin had his contact with Leandro Carroll at the very least. I want to say I haven't seen Scott Nick off, but he probably has been at some point.
Scott Nick, superstar.
And I want to say Kevin Schmidtke has not been off, but again, maybe we just didn't see it.
He just doesn't give a schmidt.
On board with laissez-passer as he is all over the back of Leandro Carroll. That is for 5th place right now on track. Might be more because presumably they're faster than the 4th place car of Konietzny, who again qualified in 16th and is up to 4th place. So go you! Actually, that might be the safe driver award. Actually, making your way forward 12 places.
Safe Driver of the Match Award awarded to Bertrand Barrier for bowing out before hell broke loose. I have no idea.
He was the one that broke that hell broke loose on.
Oh!
He was the one that was on his roof.
Safe driver of the match award to Mike Stoffmill for not being mixed up in the shenanigans.
Not here. By God, there's Mike Stoffmill's music. He's coming in 24. He's coming in 44 minutes into the race.
He's got the Royal Rumble duct tape.
Oh, I always love the fact that I read a novel series called The Lost Fleet, and they meet an alien species, and the alien species keeps talking about how they want the universal fixing agent, is what they keep asking for, and they can't figure out what it is, and finally they ask one of the chiefs, is like, what is a universal fixing agent? And the chief is like, you really want to know? Duct tape.
Hell yeah.
And it turned out the aliens did in fact just want duct tape. Ooh, that's an aggressive line there by Carroll, and he does pick up a slow down penalty. So there's kind of your example of a cut track penalty, actually.
Well done. And then they hit you with the slowdown, but since you're up front, you just slow down in front of everybody and block them from going forward.
You can kind of time it to utilize that. That is true, but he's not up front. He's in fifth place, so he's going to lose out to at least the top.
Bump. Lazy passer is slightly aggressive with the bumping.
All over.
Which I applaud.
Martin has not been able to pull away from this group at all. He's being kept very honest by Timo Koniecki. So, very big battle here for third, fourth, and fifth, as well as sixth place. Well up ahead of the road now is De Palma, who's got about 5.5 seconds.
And Tobias Thierhoff is 22 laps ahead of him.
Yeah, very flexible lead of 25.5 seconds for Tobias. Oh, Martin, very off the track there. Comes back on. He's going to lose that third place, I think. Inside line for Timo. He's got it. The German's up onto the podium. Double German podium is possible here. We lost Kobayashi, by the way.
No, the Kobayashi Maru.
We're down to 16 cars. That is promoted, I think, basically everyone outside the top 10 up a spot. That's Leandro Carroll losing fifth place. No! Laissez passer got aggressive and may yet still be able to keep this spot. Let's have a look here. No. Carroll is going to be in front. But we didn't get a really good angle on that, but contact between the Frenchman and the Argentine. Leandro Carroll's been in the wars today. A lot of contact. Of course, Passe is probably just happy that his car is still functioning after doing a barrel roll.
It's got a roll cage. It's fine. I like how everybody's driving a convertible. Very nice.
Andrew D and Raul Valoria catching up to the battle now. They've lost a little bit of ground to Edmonds and Timo. James Butler picking up a track limp. Oh, Carroll or Passe off the track. Valoria side by side. Spain v France. And the Spaniard comes out on top. Andrew D trying to catch up with them as well.
Decisively.
It's been a rough day for Mr. Passe, who had a front row start and was looking pretty comfortable in second place until he had problems. By the way, James Butler, serve your damn penalty and stop abusing track limits.
Most abusive driver of the match award goes to James Butler.
James Butler, you've been fined 100 credits. Also learned that Fallon has never seen Demolition Man, so we can go
What?
fix that.
Yeah, hell yeah.
She's young. It's before her time.
That's fair. Simon says die.
One of the finer performances of one Wesley Snipes.
Pardon me, sir. What seems to be your boggle?
How much do you weigh?
Also, one of the finest performances of Mr. Rob Schneider.
We're police officers. We're not trying to handle this kind of violence.
You see any cows down here?
Fantastic rat burger. It's the best rat burger I've ever had. Who's next up on the list? Jeffrey Dahmer. Jeffrey Dahmer! I love that guy.
I think that was just before he got smeared all over the bathroom.
Laissez Passe still trying to improve on his 7th place here, side by side. Did he cut the track? No notification. He moves up the spot. Brave move there. Brave move. Andrew D also going to get through there as well. So a very bad line by Raul Valoria. And he drops from 6th place to 8th place.
Raul.
Edmonds still on the tail, still looking for that podium. Got a taste of the champagne at Bilsterberg. He would like some more. Although, to be honest, the reason he's not on the podium right now is largely of his own manufacture.
Is that because of the champagne?
It could be because of the champagne. We got champagne and real velour.
Indeed. Much like my headphone cups.
Championship's actually fairly close together right now. Slowly but surely, Tobias Thierolf is moving towards the outright lead. Well, he is already in the outright lead, but slowly crushing souls.
Demand the quick and efficient crushing of all souls.
But he came in today that with only a 15-point lead, so he's extending it a fair bit today because Leandro Carroll is in 2nd place in the championship, and it is Thierolf who is going to win today. It is going to be Carroll down in 5th place, De Palma, and Timo, by the way. That's got to be the lowest qualifying driver to get on a podium this season. Konietzki comes from 16th on the grid to P3. And, guys, it pays to stay a little bit clean.
I mean, it's a little overrated.
Rounding off the top 10, Martin Edmonds in 4th place, followed by Carroll, Passe, D, Gloria, Sparks, Nick. And we're coming to the line here with Berg versus Schmidtke for 11th place. I think Berg's going to take that, but that is a tricky final chicane. And 11th place will go to him. And in 13th place, it will be Vic Vega, I think. Oh, no, that's James Butler's lapped car taking 16th place, actually. Where's Vic Vega? I think that's Vega in the background crossing the line. Nope. And then there's Ricardo Costa at 14th. Hey!
There we go.
The end. Little spin at the end. Steve Davidson also finishes but a lap down in 15th place. Tobias Thierolf, your race winner and the fastest lap award winner. By a long shot, Jesus Christ, his best lap was 50.28. The next
almost
fastest
a full
was 51.057 by Valoria was the next fastest. Yeah, he had 0.8 of a second. Jesus.
Almost
that is perhaps Tobias Thierolf's most dominant performance yet. Championship-wise, he leads the championship with 185 points to Leandro Carroll's 157. Martin Edmonds is third on 146, followed by Laissez Passer on 139, despite having 15 points in penalties. Antonio Costa, who is absent today, is on 133. He's in fifth place, followed by Andrew D., Bertrand Barrier, Max Simmons, Javier Vega. Oh, it was still Max Simmons today. And Henrik Andreasen. Teams Championship, it is the Enchanted Grasshoppers. Tobias Thierolf and Dennis Johnson leading the way. In second place, it is the Classic Manatees, Leandro Carroll and Steve Davidson. And then the Maple Bulls, Raul Valoria and Martin Edmonds. Following that up, we have the Ancient Beluga Whales and the Heavenly Punks.
Excellent.
Which is a solid rock band name. I don't know about a racing team. Next up on the calendar is round number 6 of the championship, which will take us to Suzuka for, it looks like a doubleheader. I think the next 2 events are at Suzuka, actually. Let's see here. We'll be going to Suzuka for the East. It's Sonoma that is after that. Suzuka for the East course layout. Sonoma for the sprint layout. And then at the championship final will be the Circuit de Charade in France. So that is what you had to look forward to. We'll be back May 20th with action. And we'll see you then. Byron, do you have any final thoughts?
I'm going to be cooking a brisket for Mother's Day. Show the fuck up or you're going to be a bad mother.